I'm the scat man.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you very much. Hello, crew people. Yeah, rocking it. Unbelievable. Going to the wrong camera. Yeah. Hello, sir. Micah D, DJ. Unbelievable. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to About Tonight. I am your host, Toby Halligan. This is the fabulous Micah, DJ Micah on the Apple, rocking out the fat tracks. About Tonight is a variety show that switches hosts week to week. Tonight we have an enormous show for you. We have Rod Quantock, we have the puppets and puppeteers from Avenue Q, and we have Nazeem Ali and Waleed Hussain on the show as well. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Look, I'm treating tonight's show slightly differently. I think a lot of people, when they've done About Tonight, have treated it like a Tonight Show for obvious reasons. But right now it seems to me that Australia is in trouble. There's a lot going on right now. We have a Prime Minister. That in and of itself is not unusual, pretty typical really. But we have a Prime Minister who is, with alarming regularity, eating raw, unpeeled onions. Onions like this. And in and of itself, I don't automatically have a problem with him doing that. But I don't know whether you, for those of you who have not yet seen the vision of Tony Abbott eating a raw, unpeeled onion, here it is. So Tony Abbott was at a farm in Tasmania, and there he is putting it up to his, and just munging into it, really getting into it. Now, in defence of the Prime Minister, it is relatively typical that politicians wind up going to quite tedious events. They have to go to other people's workplaces, wander around those workplaces with those people and ask questions about them. And I don't know whether you've ever noticed this, but most people are shit boring, right? They are. And he had to go to an onion farm and talk to people about onions. I don't know how much casual conversation you have about onions. For me, it's what's with onions, and that's it, right? He was there with a local onion farmer and a local politician. He approached a large vat of onions and said during the longer video, and he was licking his lips as he did this because he's a reptile. So I could take one of these onions, cut it into rings and just put it onto my steak, could I? And the farmer to the right said, my word, you could, Prime Minister. And the local politician to the left said, you could take a bite out of it right now if you wanted to. And then you see this look pass over both their faces as they realise, oh shit, we're about to go viral. And they did, ladies and gentlemen. They absolutely did go viral because the Prime Minister bit into a raw, unpeeled onion. Now, as I said, that in and of itself is not remarkable. I mean, it caused global bewilderment. The Washington Post, a newspaper that broke the Watergate affair and ended the presidency of Richard Nixon, had a headline saying, the Prime Minister of Australia has just bitten into an unpeeled onion as if it were an apple. Comma, this is an unusual thing to do. They felt like they had to clear up that Australians don't just wander the streets hoeing into raw, unpeeled onions. Because the unpeeled element of it is the insane part, ladies and gentlemen. That was a situation an 8-year-old could safely navigate. The question is, you're presented with an inedible thing. Do you bite the inedible thing? Do you not bite the inedible thing? The Prime Minister made a choice, and he chose poorly. Tony Abbott is now to politics what puppetry of the penis is to theatre. And I think, therefore, it's time I threw my hat in the ring. Because directly after he bit into this raw, unpeeled onion, he got a bump in the polls. Tony Abbott's polls actually went up after he ate a raw, unpeeled onion. So I think it's time. Jackie Lambie's also gotten into politics. Just yesterday, she's declared the Jackie Lambie Network. And I think, really, if Jackie can do it, why can't I? Now, I've got to be honest with you, I've not put a great deal of thought into this. I've not planned a lot of this out, but one big concern that I have is that in Australian politics, a lot of people use words. They use words, and words are deceitful, because someone can say something and they may not really mean it. They may not really be truly committed to their political position. So I am committing to you today on several policies, and the way I'm going to do that is by eating food. And it's because food is something fundamental to us, ladies and gentlemen, and it means you know I really mean it. So I want to demonstrate now my commitment to truth in Australian politics by biting into this raw, unpeeled onion. Because if it works for the Prime Minister, it'll work for me. Micah, can I get a background track for this moment?
No problems.
Okay, right. Just give me a heads up when you're ready. This is for democracy, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Ooh, ooh. Like Australian democracy, oh, this has many layers. Many layers. This onion has a lot of layers and a skin. Quite a lot of skin. More skin than I'd anticipated, to be honest with you. Actually, almost impossible to physically swallow. Once I just realised, looking at the video of the Prime Minister, he actually took a much smaller bite than I did. I don't know whether you've noticed, I took quite a large bite out of that. Right?
How would you describe the flavour?
Ladies and gentlemen, that right now, that is what Australia's political system is. But I'm going to bring change to that. That was good, that was refreshing. Now, it's not enough though just to commit to transparency. I want you to know how I feel about some of the important issues. So I'm going to demonstrate my position and my attitude to negative gearing by shotting this. What is this exactly? This is chili sauce. Is that what this? Yep, that is actually chili sauce. Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, my position on negative gearing as judged by my facial expression. Oh, God. Oh. 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 Well, I am. That, ladies and gentlemen, I think I really know how a 34-year-old renter who's just moved back in with their parents feels about negative gearing when it's explained to them. That. Oh, Jesus. Now look there. That's a specific issue. One of the big issues in Australia is fiscal reform. It's a difficult process. It's a challenging process. It's one I don't really understand. But from what I understand, it's quite like eating a raw wheat bix, ladies and gentlemen. So again, for the sake of demonstrating to people my commitment to this issue and how I'm going to stand on it, I'm now going to eat a raw wheat bix. And so, a tune, if you will, Micah. A chili sauce is still there. Okay, here we go. Right, are we ready? Ready to unleash the beats? Right. Right. It was hard. It was a hard process. Like the wheat bix, things seem to break apart. They break apart in fragments, a great deal. And you go out, negotiate with a different part. How would you like to be taxed, Mr. Part of a wheat bix? Oh, that is doing weird things with that chili sauce. Oh, that might have to be like eating a raw wheat bix, ladies and gentlemen, like this reform, is something that should be done over time with consultation. Oh. Right. Oh, I feel physically ill. Anyway, folks, we've got to take a quick break, but stick around. On the other side of it, we're going to have the great Liam Ryan and the fabulous Nazeem Hussain. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are about tonight with Toby Halligan. Now, look, as I was saying before the break, I think it's time we need a political movement to transform this country. We don't have enough micro-parties going on right now, or indeed mainstream parties. That's what I aim to be. I aim to be the next Prime Minister of Australia. But of course, you can't do that alone. It's quite a difficult job, and I have some extremely capable people on hand to help me craft my message and craft my party. Would you please welcome my speechwriter and consultant, Liam Ryan? Yes, yes. Liam, looking good. And of course, look, you may not realise this to look at him, but Micah he's not just a DJ. He's not just a man of the tracks. He's also my chief of staff. So we're going to nail this, guys. So look, Liam,
yep.
You've been doing a lot of research.
As much as I could do, because it's sort of hard to get a grasp on what you're about, because you just shot through like a whole heap of images of you eating odd items.
But people eat. Eating.
But that's undeniable. And like our polling shows that like about 100% of Australians enjoy eating.
So, okay, because I'm totally open with branding in terms of party name, and that's the first one, I guess.
But see, I guess what we're striking at the moment is this whole theme of gluttony, which polls quite poorly. Well, it seems greedy.
So I shouldn't eat the whole onion. I've taken kind of the right amount.
We could take a bite from the onion and then offer a bite to a small child.
Well, do one of you want to?
Oh no, I'm good. I ate a.
The onion of prosperity. Chief of Staff, Mark. See, we can all. Oh wow, that was a huge bite. See, and we'll duck back into Micah and see how he's going, because unlike me, he doesn't have anywhere to spit. I am. So
That's a good slogan.
Food. We need a. He doesn't. Australia, we don't have anywhere to spit. Perfect.
Work it out, Australia. Shake and bake that slogan.
Get it sorted. Come on now.
Could we possibly include a little bit of drinking?
A drinking
campaign?
Okay, so wait, it would be the food and drink party of Australia.
Food and drink party.
Okay, but would you...
Most of my parties have food and drink at them.
Okay, so wait, but do we need to be more specific than food and drink? Do we need specific food? Like, is it the caviar and canapé party or the caviar and wine party?
I mean, is that what you're aiming for? Like, you want to be sort of a bit upper crust?
I don't care.
Well, I think you've got to pitch it at the meat
the
and
upper
potatoes.
crust party or the lower crust.
People like pies.
The pie party. What do we... Okay, what is the audience? What do we think of that? By applause, do you like the pie party? Oh, that was a bit ambiguous.
I'm going to call that 60% in a vacuum.
60. Well, that's a huge win. That's a huge win in terms of Parliament majority.
Landslide.
60% is enormous.
Well, I was actually chatting with my younger cousin Salika, and she suggested that like one of the more popular things at the moment is Zayn from One Direction.
Okay.
So maybe I was thinking something to do with Zayn to tie in with that whole Twitter fury.
Okay.
And the Twitter,
about
like
him
the
leaving.
Twitter sphere, link in with that.
Yep.
Con is Zayn might appear quite far down on the ballot form.
Is there a way around it?
Well, see, I got to thinking, and I asked my other younger cousin Courtney. She suggested that putting a hashtag Zayn would bump us right
hashtag
up there
Zayn.
above. Yeah.
So hashtag Zayn and pies.
Yeah, I
work?
feel you're fixating on the pies a little much. I think we can just get rid of that.
Isn't that going to have broad appeal? We're going to hit all the important demographics.
At the very
there.
least, it'll baffle people immensely.
I'm just checking. Does anyone that cares about Zayn actually have the legal right to vote?
No, they don't. That's the other problem.
Okay.
So this is a long-term investment.
That's a flaw.
Right. Okay. Right. Look, I feel like we've hit a bit of a wall here. We can keep working on these ideas.
I'm not going to beat myself up over that. I mean, you've given me very little to work with.
Look, he's a good friend of mine. You might know him from Fear of a Brown Planet or his SBS show, Legally Brown. Would you please welcome the fabulous Nazeem Hussain? Yeah!
Wow.
Yeah, Nazeem!
Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. Hello.
How's it going?
Hello, it's lovely to see you, sir.
Strange man in the
Wandering strange man. Hello, how would you like an onion?
No, I'll be fine.
You sure? You're rolling on?
no,
How are you going? How are you?
Doing all right. You didn't mention Logie nominated, but that's okay.
You were nominated for a Logie?
Nominated for a Logie.
Okay, and how's that gone?
Basically...
See, I feel like that Logie got the response of coming.
To be honest, I actually didn't care about it before we were nominated. Now that we're nominated, I have to win. Like, I have to.
When you were told you were nominated, you were like, oh, what's a Logie?
Who do I need to kill now?
To win?
I'm pretty sure if you kill the other candidates, it doesn't mean that you win.
If you kill the other candidates, the Logies would actually get media attention.
It would get some media attention. More people would care about it than just the candidates.
Totally up the standard of the Logies. It'd be out of control. So that's for Legally Brown, isn't it?
It's for Legally Brown, and yeah, that's it, basically for Legally Brown. Isn't that enough for you?
No,
just for Legally Brown.
Just for that legally. So for people who don't know, what's the premise of
what's a Logie?
Well, a Logie, yeah.
Is it irrelevant?
A paperweight. That's what a Logie is. It's a synonym for paperweight. Yeah.
Legally Brown is a comedy show, or was a comedy show that I'm no longer doing anymore. So now I'm out of a job.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone out there has jobs, so I
can do anything. I used to deliver leaflets.
Wow, you're multi-skilled. Before we move on, though, we should actually show people a little bit of what Legally Brown is. Now, a lot of the core of the show obviously plays into stereotypes and giving people.
It's making fun of white people.
Yeah, making fun of white people. Now, I think this particular clip involves someone. Do you want to throw to the clip? I realised I hadn't lined it up. It's the one you told me.
Oh, this is okay. This is the one. Okay, this is one of my favourites because we get to bully a white person, a co-worker. And we actually just wrote this script so that we'd throw some light, some ribbing. We would just give him a little bit of shit. But we actually just took it too far. The director said cut, and we just kept going and.
Transferred it into the real world.
Ronnie and I just really.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this example of workplace bullying.
We love it when people like you stay here and take jobs away from hard-working foreigners.
Stinking up the joint with your sunscreen and your shepherd's pie.
And your similar haircuts.
Knock it off. What are you having for lunch? Pork bread.
Oh, stinks.
Shut up. Oh, why don't you just calm down? Go listen to some Michael Bublé or something.
Yeah, white jazz. Scooby-Doo-wop, bop, bop, bop. Scooby-Doo-wop, bop, 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 jazz.
White jazz.
You done?
Yeah, we're done. Talcum powder face.
Go golf ball head.
That's it, I'm reporting you to.
Oh, Mr. CNN's reporting us.
Can't take a joke, little white boy.
Political correctness gone mad, mate.
Okay,
come back
so
and
Can't believe you said that to him.
we didn't watch that in studio at all. Oh, that was
Maybe
great.
you should laugh for like 30 seconds.
I didn't see that coming.
That was great. That was outstanding.
It's funnier the more you watch it.
I know it is. It's just got it on a Vine now. Outstanding.
Thank you.
But so with Legally Brown, obviously you're often kind of going out there and pranking people pretty hard.
Yeah.
At any point, did you feel like you were really pissing people off? Or did you get into trouble? Did you have to
we actually had a security guard at all times. But one time we had a security guard who stood at least 50 metres away from me, and we were driving past Luna Park one day, and he pointed at the roller coaster. He said, I remember 50 years ago, me and he was a sergeant in the police force, me and my buddy, we saw that roller coaster fall off, and people died. So I looked at my buddy and I said, mate, there's 2 months worth of paperwork in that, and we just drove off. That was a guy protecting my life. So, yeah, we had security, and I was always feeling like I was going to get punched in the face.
Yeah, right. And because as well, it must be too difficult to prank people with like a security guy directly behind you. Like that'd be hard to pull a ball
Especially
out.
when he's not exactly like in disguise, like he still had his number.
He's got shub on the sides of it. That's amazing. And so what was the riskiest prank that you did? Or was there anything you can reveal that had to be cut from the show?
Sometimes it was just like, one time I was asking someone to do the alphabet, jumping on one foot to try and get into a pub, like singing the alphabet song, and he did from A to Z, and then Z to A, and then A to K. This is for another show called Balls of Steel, actually. And then when he got to K, he just punched me in the face.
Oh, he actually punched you?
That was the one time I got punched in the face. We didn't actually get to air that, because it would encourage people to punch me in the face. So instead I'm just talking about it. You can imagine.
That's perfect. So I love that hitting K. It's such an exact cracking point. It's
I think
like,
all of a sudden he had an image in his mind of what the hell was going on.
Well, it took him that long.
Consonant.
Yeah, it took him that long to realise, oh, hang on.
This is not okay.
You're screwing me around.
It's a KO.
Hey!
You
got to end the show on that.
Yeah, well, totally. We'll find a way to subtly...
And an air horn.
We'll find a way to subtly edit that in. Now, but this isn't kind of your first brush. Like, you have a history, if you like, of getting into a little bit of trouble, don't you? I believe that started... You were actually in the Herald Sun today. What happened with...
Well, in my stand-up show, which is also called Legally Brown for marketing purposes, because people often don't know my name, but they know the name of the show. Anyway, so Yarn Event, I'll talk about Yarn Event coming to my house when we were 6 years old, knock at the door, Yarn Event was there with a camera crew, and it was a slow news day, so she wanted to speak to my dad, whose name is Shireen Hussain, so S. Hussain in the white pages. She wanted to ask him how it feels to be harassed, because he's listed as S. Hussain in the white pages, if people prank call us, or nick-knock, or throw bricks through our windows. My dad kept saying no, no, no. They aired that story. Since that point, we actually got harassed, nick-knocked, prank called for like a month straight.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Yana.
So the Herald Sun ran an article today saying, Nazeem Hussain said, Yana ruined my family's life, and now it's together Yana is going to come for me, and I'm going to end up in court, or she's going to punch me in the face when I say the letter K. I don't know.
You don't want to screw with Yana.
Don't screw with Yana.
That is full on.
It's 1993. But I don't know, like, if I go to court, like, I'm relying on my 6-year-old memory. Is that a defence?
No.
Well, if you were
I think is the simple answer. It could be a defence. You can just use the power of your imagination. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with much more fabulous About Tonight after this very smoothly segued break. So somebody looked up and he was just like, sorry, that was so...
No, that was funny.
That thing, miss, can I shake that thing, miss, Hannah better shake that thing, yeah, Donna, Jody and Rebecca, woman, get me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to About Tonight, and this is a clusterfuck. Sorry to the kids in the studio. Look, my next guest is a Walkley winning broadcaster. He writes things for Fairfax. He's done stand-up comedy shows, and he presently co-hosts The Project. Well, I said presently, that makes it sound vaguely ominous, like I know something everyone else doesn't. Please welcome to the stage the fabulous Waleed Ali. Hello, yes. Unbelievable. Hello, sir. Hello. It's delightful to have you.
Well, and there's two guys behind you.
Liam, you're just in the shot. Can you just... Just move.
Yeah, that feels a little close.
Move.
Thank you.
It's just weird.
It's like my conscience there or something.
It's just slightly odd.
Yeah.
You still got another conscience back there.
I know.
I got you back.
Thank you. Having two white guys perched behind you is a white guy too many.
That's right.
So thank you very much for coming on. Now, you guys get confused with one another quite a lot. People who missed my very subtle... You don't?
It's never happened.
So have I just been racist? Does that just mean
Yeah, that's probably
I've just actually...
I can't believe you could probably cut that out.
It'll be okay, Waleed.
What?
I
No, you just caught him lying. We do. We get confused all the time.
we caught you in a lie. Now we know what your lying face is. So if we ever play poker
His
with
lying
you,
face is pretty much his face.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh! You know,
Well, it's
Things
true.
have kicked off here,
Well,
haven't
his
they?
insult face is pretty much his face.
That's
To be
right.
fair, your insult face is pretty much
What's
his
an
face.
insult face?
It's your
Cold
constant face.
burn.
What does it mean?
Do you have a nice face?
No.
No. Why? But
You brought this guy into your show.
I love how you say that with an accusatory tone. You brought this man into my house, and he is here disgracing me. It's.
Regain control of the interview, Toby.
There's no way I can do that. But you guys do get confused. For people who don't know the context to that, Waleed, you write for Fairfax
That's
quite
right.
regularly, and they announced the very, very exciting news that you had been appointed the Green Guide, which is obviously something people can pull out of the age, announced that you had been appointed as host of the project and declared it excitedly with a picture of Nazeem.
Yes.
So
apparently, apparently I was fired before I began.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Apparently I got a job without getting paid.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, because you don't look alike.
Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out.
You can do magic art with the crowd. Like they can.
Let's see.
This
Yeah,
camera.
let's
somehow.
They're going.
Woo, woo, woo. Meld them together. Meld them together. See, they're now identical.
So I've got to do
we
the-
need to put Liam. Let's put Liam into the equation. Come on, let's get it
magic
again. Oh, it's like a Cerberus, a comedy Cerberus.
You know what? I reckon I look more like Liam than I look
I
like
think you
Nazeem.
do. I was actually thinking that.
I'm like your
Yeah.
love child.
You share.
No,
you
you're
are.
not.
Wow,
If you got
that doesn't work.
No.
But definitely worth thinking about.
Well, let's all think about that.
You're the
then.
one who looks least like either of us, and
No,
you're our
well-
love child.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I
that's
know.
not how genetics works.
No.
It's just not.
Unless
You're our foundling.
Oh, that's I think we just foundlinged a word as
We did.
well. I like this. Now, both of you guys, it must be good to be back at Channel 31 because both you guys, I think, got your starts on TV on Channel 31. Is
Yeah,
that true?
yeah, we did. It
I didn't
was-
really fact check this. What was that on?
Well, congratulations on your guess.
Yeah, it was a great guess. Oh, God, Jesus, that would have been awkward.
No, we did. It was 2005.
2005,
You guys
6,
are old.
7.
Jesus.
Right. Thank you. We're veterans, I think. Is
Yeah,
the
you're
word.
veterans of the media. And what was that on?
2005, we did a show called Salam Cafe.
Well, before that, you guys did Ramadan.
We did
TV.
Ramadan TV for 4 weeks without Nazeem, which we refer to as the golden age.
Do you guys
And
remember
then-
that show? Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
and then we did Salam Cafe after that, and it went really well. We won Antenna Awards. We won the big Antenna Award.
Antenna Awards is like the Logies, but for Channel 31.
Yeah.
We weren't just Antenna Award nominated, we won them.
We won the whole.
So
thing.
why don't you tell people that more often?
That's a very good question.
yeah, okay, I should start to, yeah. 'cause,
And so obviously Channel 31's under quite a lot of pressure right now. I guess, it's kind of a serious question to ask, but do you guys think you would have been able to get your starts in media but for... Because there's kind of this ridiculous jump. Like I know for comedians,
Yeah.
like it's not like you go from being a stand-up to suddenly, boom, you're on The Project, you're on commercial TV, you're on ABC. Like
Yeah.
Channel 31 is kind of like quite an important stepping stone, isn't it?
Well, I found just being comfortable around cameras.
Yeah.
Like people who've never been in a studio don't realise how weird an environment this is.
All the crew are naked.
Yeah.
They're all naked.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
that
know
was the
why.
first thing that we had to kind of overcome as
Yeah.
Muslims, just sort of being in a studio.
Full of naked people.
Full of naked people.
And that's the most normal thing about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's pretty, it is. I mean, being able to talk to a camera
Yep.
is not a normal human thing to do.
No,
right?
it's very odd.
Yeah, there are skills that you kind of need to pick up, and the only way to pick them up is by doing it. And you need to be able to stuff up, and that's kind of where, like, the community radio and TV provides that.
Yeah, you get a lot of
training.
practice.
And you can kind of, like, I think in commercial TV, you just sort of, you feel like you're just plugged in, you don't have scope for creativity, whereas Channel 31, we literally did whatever we wanted, and it got put on TV. And
Look at the
a lot
stupid
of the
shit I'm
time-
doing. I ate an onion. I ate an onion.
Yeah.
Like this tightly scripted and
Yeah,
down.
like, and I drank some chili sauce. That's a thing that just happened before. I mean,
Spat into Wheat Bix.
that's ridiculous. Yeah, if I'd done that on The Project, people would have been like, "You're not working here anymore." Like,
I don't know
You
about
belong
that.
in the
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe we should pitch a
I'll
scene.
try it tonight.
Oh well, Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
Have I made a promise?
I feel like you have on camera,
Yeah.
and it is after all the 1st of April.
That's true. So
all promises get locked in.
Yeah, that's right.
So now, Waleed, you're in a band. We actually played it coming in. Your band's called.
I was wondering how good that music was. That was incredible.
It was outstanding, wasn't it?
It was.
That's the song. Your
that
song
was Ignition, and excellent guitar riff, wouldn't you say?
It was a badass guitar riff.
Yes, I would too. Would say it was badass.
You too would say it was badass. So,
were you the axe man?
Yes, I was.
You wielded the axe. And how long have you wielded axes for?
For most of my life, I've wielded
Have you
axes.
really?
Yes, I've been slaying people for a very long time. And so
I was about to make an inappropriate joke.
Yeah, no, that was kind of an invitation for you to get yourself in all kind of racial trouble.
The fact that your kids are in the studio is kind of censoring me a little bit for making sex jokes, just a tiny bit. It's fine though.
Right. Yes, I'm the only guitarist in the band.
Yeah.
Which is the way I like it, to make sure that all the parts.
There's no little conflict.
No,
and that's good.
No, I will take that. Who's going to take that solo? Me again?
Yeah.
Yes. I'll do that.
Unbelievable.
So it's a 5-piece, and it's very kind of it's kind of Queen.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
Ballad
that
kind of,
sort of epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Whoa.
But not
quoting reviews.
Not in the sort of the Twitter sense of it being a synonym for good, just in the sense of it being,
the nature
grand.
of the songs. You're very grand.
Yeah. Sorry, it was an old fogey word. I shouldn't have deployed it.
An old fogey word deployed, not being an old fogey word at all.
That's right.
It's a normal word that kids slip into context. So how did you get into the band? Like, how did it work?
Well,
how did you get into the band? Like, to try out, man, and they're like, no,
no, I started it. That's how I got it.
It's a good way to get into something.
It is. It's pretty hard to be kicked out at that point.
Yeah.
So, a friend of mine who I'd been playing in bands with ever since high school, we just decided we're going to start an originals band, so we did it. And it sort of started with people who were no longer there. But it kind of came together in about, I think it was 2009, we did this will sound like a joke, but it's not. We did a full-scale theatre production of The Wall, the Pink Floyd album. And I had to learn all the Gilmour parts and all that sort of stuff. And we met a bass player there who was really, really great. And out of that kind of formed the band that sort of kicked on and started recording.
Yeah, right.
So there you go.
And so are you going to be doing any tours this year? Or?
We did a tour last year.
Yeah. Okay.
And now we're going to...
You rocked.
We did. We rocked all sorts of places. Newcastle was amazing. Can I point this out?
Yeah.
The best place to play is in these sort of
smaller places. Yeah.
Newcastle.
It's the same as stand-up.
Come out.
It's totally the same as stand-up.
Is it?
People are pumped.
Yeah, the pump. Nothing ever comes to town by the. That's how it feels. And then you come to town and they get
Like
excited.
you go to Canberra, I did the Canberra Comedy Festival last week, and people freaking loved it just because they're like, "There's comedy in Canberra."
We'll take it.
People have decided to stay here.
Look, guys, this is fabulous, but we do need to throw to a break. I have many, many more questions. Please stay with us on About Tonight. It's going to become even more of a clusterfuck. Yeah! This is About Tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have a fabulous lineup of guests. We've got Waleed Ali, Nazeem Hussain, Liam Ryan, Micah Higbed, and my next guest is an absolute icon of Australian comedy. He's been around for yonks. You might remember him from the Captain Snooze ads. I'm sure he'd hate me mentioning that. He is a hysterical man. Please welcome Rod Quantock.
Is this the curtain I come through?
Go through the curtain. Through the
okay,
curtain.
good.
It's for insurance.
They always like to
through
check.
There you go. You got to go through the curtain. Mr. Quantock, hello. It's so good to see you.
Very nice to be seen.
Thank you very much for dropping on by.
You could have said hi to us.
Well, give me a moment. How are you?
I'm well.
Thank you very much for coming. Lovely to have you. So how's your show going?
Yeah, it's not bad.
I knew this would happen.
Get control, Toby.
So how is your show going? Because
It's
you are
going
doing a comedy
fine.
festival show, aren't you? You're doing it with Fiona Scott
I try to
Norman.
keep it secret. It's quite an exclusive sort of show.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Saturday
It's a
afternoon,
trendy...
5:30, Sunday at 4:30 in the Spiegel tent.
In the Spiegel tent?
In the Spiegel tent. Yes, I know.
Ooh,
Isn't that cool?
la-di-da. I know.
Well, I guess after all these years, I deserve it, really, don't I?
Yeah.
It's true. You've done the hard
It's nice in the
comedy.
Spiegel tent.
Is it? So you and Fiona, what's the format of the show?
Like yours, just exactly the same as yours,
As this
except
show?
really good.
Oh! Unbelievable. Hello. Is that the Burns ward? I need some help. I am
It's just a couple of performances, a few interviews,
So it's like a variety
competition.
show.
We're giving away a BMW. subject to BMW donating one. I wrote to their marketing manager and pointed out the value of tying their brand in with our brand.
I can see you.
What is the value of that?
Yeah, what do you add?
The Spiegeltint's German.
Right,
so there's a natural synergy there.
Didn't they already have that? I think BMW already...
And then apart from drug dealers, who drive BMWs?
Well, it's drug dealers and conservative
white people
politicians
who have got superannuation payouts coming up. And that's my audience.
That's your audience.
That's my audience. Old white people.
Baby boomers.
It's all white people.
Old white people.
Old white people.
And they buy BMWs. It's a natural fit.
Oh, so kind of like Liberal Party then.
Absolutely like the Liberal Party.
Right.
Yeah,
Why have you invited me on as a guest? I'm kind of undermining that market.
Well, you're probably right.
Well, you need to make the white people feel good about it.
I was going to say, you make them feel better, don't you? You kind of balance out the overwhelming vanilla.
If you can make them feel less guilty, that'd be good.
I'll suck all that guilt out of the walk.
That'd be good.
So, token question about racism. It's a problem,
Not for me.
Let's put the question. Is racism a problem, yes or no? No, it's not a problem.
From where I sit, it's not at all.
It's perfectly good. The vanilla section of it, we can all dance like freaking idiots. Because we don't need to. We're fine. We're in the majority. So, look, you've been doing the comedies for a long time, haven't you?
I have been doing the comedies for a long time.
What was your first comedy gig? Tell us about your first
comedy gig. Was the West Coburg Primary School.
This is actually in the 50s, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
50s.
I'm actually not even joking.
No, it was the 50s.
Toby, you dog. But no, it was in the 50s.
Yeah, if you remember the 50s, you were there.
If you remember the 50s,
So my first comedy spot was the West Coburg Methodist Sunday School Christmas pageant, where I played the guiding star, and I had made it myself, a little star with a my mum put the elastic on, and it had sparkly twinkles on it. And I saw my mother and father in the audience, and I waved to them, and I got a laugh, and I thought, this is for me.
And that's when you knew you were going to be a star.
I was going to be a star.
You were in like Flynn. And you kind of helped set up the flying trapeze. And
no, I didn't help set that up, and people probably don't even know.
Again, fact-checking.
Well, then I did set it up, absolutely.
I was going to call in and say, excuse me.
That was the seminal venue, the first and seminal venue for comedy, and everything else that the festival is comes from that little.
So you founded comedy in Australia?
Yep. There was a thing on the ABC last week about Australian comedy. On again tomorrow or tonight.
Whatever the hell this is.
I love that. So you're plugging your show on ABC on Channel 31.
Yeah.
That is. Everyone's like,
anyway,
a show that has already aired.
Yeah. History show. Go to iView. Yep. Stop watching this. Go to iView. And
anyway, I did. Yeah.
I did. And
thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So have you done like? Channel 31 right now is kind of under quite a bit of a threat. I believe right now, you've obviously done a lot of stuff on 31 at different times.
I did a promo last time they were under threat. And the time before that.
Ooh, yeah.
And the time before that.
What did you say in your promo?
I said, they're under threat, do something.
Right.
I mean, what else can you say?
So hang on, you keep making these promos and they keep being under threat.
What are you suggesting?
Maybe you should flip. Maybe what we'll do is, can you oppose Channel 31? And we'll get Waleed, who's kind of more flavour of the month, to support.
Yeah, good. Okay.
So can you say something against Channel 31?
Mr. Sink.
Mr. Sink.
You know Mr. Sink?
No, I don't.
You don't know Mr. Sink and you're on Channel 31. Hands up the people who know Mr. Sink. Yeah,
the naked crew.
Mr. Sink is the second best show that's ever aired on Australian television.
What's the best?
Well, I'm not allowed to say because that would be immodest.
It's Australia standing in it.
Mr. Sink is fantastic.
Okay, great.
Mr. Sink is a rather large man who tells you how to do plumbing.
And so are you...
That's really good.
That sounds great.
It does sound
and there's
good,
a bum crack, you know.
If there's bum crack,
that's right,
that'll get the young people
really
in.
Good. They make
young people love that.
And because they deal with toilets and things, the humour is really sophisticated.
It sounds great.
Oh, yeah.
They should do a comedy festival show.
Absolutely.
Now, you've done something opposing Channel 31, kind of. Now, Waleed, you're the cool kid. You're the cool kid on the panel. What can people do to save 31?
Well, tell me more about Mr. Sink.
Okay.
We distracted the audience.
Sorry, I just got blinded by the lights.
Blinded by the bum crack.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's ultimately a political thing now, right?
Yeah.
this comes down to the communications minister and the communications department, and whether or not they're going to shut down. There's just this bit of spectrum.
Yeah, it's just bandwidth. It's just a bandwidth.
That's all it is. It's not about money. Right? So this doesn't fix the budget, or there's no.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't help Joe Hockey.
So, and I understand that now Channel 31 are in communication with the communications minister and saying, give us until 2019 because that space you're not going to use anyway. Right? Even if you kick us out, it'll just be blank. So what's the point of that? So the biggest thing you do is get in touch with the communications minister. And Twitter is he's all over Twitter.
It's the easiest one. You should literally just
tweet at Turnbull. That's the thing.
So let us stay.
Yeah, let us stay.
Yeah, like why can't we be the squatters of the digital era?
Okay, just at least for so tweet at Malcolm Turnbull. I think we'll bring that up on screen, or maybe we can't do it.
No, as we speak, supers appear.
And also,
if somebody works at TV, I'd know that.
Try iMessaging them because I'm pretty sure now they would have all turned that back on.
Hey, right.
iMessage your local member.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And isn't Tony Abbott the greatest Prime Minister we've ever had?
Isn't he? Well,
isn't he just the best? And I think a reconstituted channel. Australians all let us. So we'll back the Liberal Party in the next election.
Well, no. Why don't you back my party? Because I want to get involved.
Have you
in
got
politics.
a party?
What can you do for Channel 31?
Well, I will put my full weight. And Channel 31 will become the national broadcaster. ABC's done. It's out. Channel 31, baby.
You'll be out of that. You're out.
Yeah. We both kind of still work a bit at the ABC.
Well, you'll be at 31. You're getting some sweet 31 cash. Yeah. Unbelievable. Because so the working title we have right now, Liam, my campaign manager. Liam, what's
Liam. Hi, Rod. How are you doing?
Yeah.
I didn't think we came to a firm conclusion. It was something about a pie crust.
High crust. It was high crust.
It was high crust. I wasn't writing any of it down.
The pie crust party.
Do we like the pie crust party?
No,
sure.
I think that's a terrible name.
Why?
Because I don't think it's Australian enough.
There are lots of people that are gluten-free.
No.
But there's meat in the pie.
Okay, and so what would be more Australian?
Because, look, I think you're already losing your Asian market there. They don't know what a pie crust is. You've got to be a bit more
Asians don't know what a pie crust is.
They don't have pies in Asia.
They wouldn't know a pie crust.
So
if you go into a Macau Chinese restaurant and say, I want a pie with a crust on it, they won't know what you're talking about.
Oh, hang on.
They've got no idea.
Because you're speaking English.
One thing is going into a Chinese restaurant where they don't serve pies and saying, do you have any pies? No, the Asians don't know what pies are. The other question is, have Asian people at some point encountered pies? I think at some point they've noticed.
My research into Asians and pies is as thorough as your research into me.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's the level we're working at.
I also just checked people in Macau can't vote in the upcoming Australian elections.
Okay, right. So
who cares? It's a market we don't need to care about.
Yeah, this name is divisive at best.
It's not divisive. He's just picking apart some problem that doesn't exist.
Exactly. So
Leeds on board.
We have an Asian here.
Yeah,
I'm a different. I'm not the
as an
sort of
Asian
you
person.
think about when you say the word Asian.
Yeah.
But
well, you mean you're not a racist fantasy?
No.
Well, just
it depends on the race.
No, when you say Asian in Australia, you mean
you're Sri Lankan. That's part of Asia.
Yeah, all right, but you know.
Do you know what a born in
Sri Lanka? Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm Asian. I'm Asian. Yeah,
okay, all right.
Do you know Asian? But you know what I mean when you say
part of Asia.
He's from Ceylon.
Ceylon. You are from the 50s.
I am old.
Wow.
Just in answer to your previous question, racism clearly not a problem.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Here on 31.
Here on About Tonight.
So pie crust party. Do we feel like that?
Do you know what a pie crust is?
It's a crust around a pie.
Yeah!
But
100% of all Asians know what pie crust is.
Patronising Asian people here on the show. Now, we had a theme song. We were working on different theme songs. I think we had a couple of options. What do we think? I think there was the...
I found this really great one.
Okay.
I found a really great one. I'd love to show you all.
Okay, tell me what you think of this.
It goes like this. Ooh. It's got an intro.
Peppy.
There you go. Yes,
that screams pie crust.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I can see you walking along the line of a farm fence line with barbed wire, waving at the sheep and an Australian flag superimposed, eating onions as you go.
Are we turning boats or
spitting it out?
Oh,
I can't swallow that. This is what is this? This is amazing.
This is Vote for Henry from Henry's 2013 campaign for Family First in Western Australia.
Wow.
I thought it was wholesome.
I got one thing right.
Look, it's got a peppy. We'll see where we can do some work on that because I feel like
you need to have a family to have this as your theme song.
I can have a family.
He's not an orphan.
Yeah, true. Although wondering about his appearances candidates, to be honest.
How did Henry go?
He didn't get voted in.
Oh. No, well, still.
And it was the song, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the song, was the major.
I heard that was what pushed him up in the polls.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, this was
so obviously right now I'm getting involved because it seems like federal politics isn't going that well. What do we all make of Tony? Do we think Tony's going to make it to the budget?
Well, given he's in control of Channel 31, I think whatever he does is
we're really happy with him. We're really all over him.
We're backing the T-Bot.
We're backing Abbott. I think he's got the support of his party, and
You actually think he'll going to go to the next election?
Yeah, I think so. He's tenacious. He just does what he thinks is right in the moment, and that's what we need. Someone that.
God, you guys are just talking crap.
Like
it's not even convincing crap. It's just crap.
I'm trying to sell Tony Abbott.
Well, that is anything that does that. It's going to sound like crap. So you don't think he'll make the next election?
He'll make the budget. Yeah. He has to. They've got no choice.
Well,
that'd be weird.
As a politician.
In May.
No, as Prime Minister.
As a politician. He's not going to completely just change careers. I'm becoming a checker.
Not as a human being.
But so you don't think?
Sorry, what a great image that is.
I know.
Can we rest with it for a moment?
Yeah. We'll get some kind of Photoshop thing up. We won't
just be careful when he's checking your onions through.
Oh!
Yeah.
Mean burn.
Yeah.
So will you think
he'll make the budget, obviously.
Yep.
It'll depend on how the budget goes down. The problem is they've cornered themselves in such a way that they really got nowhere to go on the budget. If they start throwing money at us, everyone goes, hang on, what happened to all the fact that we don't have any money?
Yep. So negative. Why don't you give him some advice?
No, this is called analysis.
Well, give him some advice. Help him out. All you do is bag him.
No, my job is not. Thank you, Andrew. No, I just wait for that penny to
Mr. Bolt,
Yeah, I just think that he's created a problem with the budget now that no matter what he does, he'll get slammed for it. Because he's cornered himself effectively.
Of course. And I think he's pretty popular with millionaires right now, though, isn't he?
Reasonably, although even they are starting to realise they might have backed.
Why are you speaking of yourself in the third person?
Yeah, that's right. I've only been on commercial TV a few weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet coin hasn't come in.
Yeah. So if it plays out that way, there'll come a time where they replace him.
He'll go.
Yeah.
You reckon he'll go, Rod?
Oh, absolutely. He's surrounded himself with fools. And when Julie Bishop did that look behind Joe Hockey last week, I thought, well,
isn't that beautiful?
Really, there's a party in disarray.
Well, it's so odd, how much, obviously there have always been times where politicians have done goofy things, but there was this particular, there was obviously the Abbott eating the onion video. Another video emerged a couple of nights ago on the 7:30 report of Joe Hockey celebrating. So he was at the 1993 John Huston launch. So we're just going to show you this video. So this is in 1993. Joe Hockey showing extremely enthusiastic support for John Huston and the GST.
This vision was shown on ABC last night and it set the internet on fire today. Now, he usually talks about slashing taxes, but here's Joe back in 1993 looking very happy supporting the GST. Probably just a little bit too happy.
In the crowd supporting the Fight Back GST policy was one future treasurer. Now Joe Hockey is under pressure to lift the rank of the GST.
Now, can I just say, the GST is very unpopular, but if you can pull it off, it's a happy ending for everyone. It really...
Moving on, Fitzy.
So Rod didn't want to see the video. We apologise for showing that.
It's from the 50s.
Shouldn't that have had a warning before it?
You probably might.
Now you're not going to get your licence.
It'll be a trigger of some kind.
We should have filed it under erotica.
It was pretty scary, wasn't it? But it does seem like they're uniquely funny. They consistently create these moments where they go, because that's the most dangerous territory for politicians, obviously. Having ideas that people oppose is one thing, but when people genuinely just laugh at you.
It's what John Clark calls the competence of people with no ideas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's them. They think they're the ants' pants, those people.
Yeah.
And they'll just go down. And unfortunately, we'll get Bill Shorten. And then we'll despair again, and he'll go, and then we'll get Tony Abbott's son. Has he got a son? He's only got girls.
No, he's only got daughters.
Oh, well,
son-in-law.
This is your call to anarchy, Australia.
Yeah, come on, unleash.
It sounds like we're winding our way inevitably to Jackie Lambie. That's
Time for Jackie Lambie, thank you.
Well, are you a Lambie fan?
I love Jackie Lambie. She's the sort of Pauline Hanson of Tasmania. High praise indeed from the bearded gentleman.
I think her party right now opposes the implementation of Sharia law, wants to halve foreign foreign aid, but also wants to reintroduce the carbon tax.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a weird...
And have a quota system for Indigenous representation.
Yeah, like it's oddly this weird kind of...
Hanson was like that.
Yeah. Like his brain...
Hanson had a really good feel for ordinary Australians, but she said something like the equivalent of Asians don't know about pie crust, and that's what really brought her down. She just was
I remember that moment. I think we all remember where we were when we were saying that.
And that's what she became in the media. That's how they brought her down.
It's harsh. It's harsh. We're comedians, right? Like, most of the ideas that we write, like, they don't make it onto stage. Like, you just have some ideas, you try them on stage, a lot of them die. But there's always, like, a bit of gold somewhere, right? Like, I'm just let her...
doing the same
let
thing?
her say a thing. Like, she's just getting it all out.
Well,
it should be a safe space.
Hopefully, Jackie will go on a
What
wonderful
is this?
run. So, Nazeem, you're doing...
Iraq and Syria?
What is this?
Oh, no,
running a
she's into
country?
the long haul.
Yeah, but, you know, like, if we can't let her just speak her mind and...
Reining it in!
Just,
reining the show in! Whoa there! Now, your comedy festival show, when is it and where can people... You're doing a big... Congratulations on selling out your full run, by the way. You're doing a show in the Town Hall. When is it?
It's because I appeal to that really broad... right-wing
BMW drivers. BMW people will be there. Yeah, when is it? We're running out of time.
Sorry, 18th of April.
Okay, 18th of April, people can grab tickets online. Rod, it's Sundays in the Spiegel tent, is that right?
Saturdays and Sundays.
Saturdays and Sundays in the Spiegel tent.
Where's your show?
I'm not doing a show.
Well, why are you here?
He's got it
This
every
is
night.
my show.
This is
and
his
just
whole
tuning in
show.
Channel 10 on...
Oh, I will be, however, I will be moderating the Comedy Festival debate.
Okay,
The Great
good.
Debate.
That's quite a thing.
Oh, that's right. It's just a side gig.
That's an
Well,
appeal.
guys, what fabulous guests. Please thank them very, very much. I've got to say as well, I've got some very exciting news. I was on Triple J with Nazeem a few months ago. We had a wonderful moment where he gave me the chance to express my love for my boyfriend who was listening in, who I just recently started dating, and I've been told by Nazeem that he has something very, very special. He wants to ask a lady friend, and he's going to do it just after this break.
Are you freaking...
Welcome back to About Tonight. We're having a fabulous show right here, right now. Things got a little out of control in the previous segment. Unfortunately, when I attempted to convince Nazeem Hussain to propose to his girlfriend, he and Waleed were quite offended. They took it as kind of an attempt to organise an arranged marriage, and they walked out. Rod also left. He was bored, and he wanted to play Snake on his phone. So things are going well, but fortunately, we managed to wrangle in some other guests who are just as fabulous. It's an amazing crew of people. I don't know whether you would call them that necessarily, but they're a team who are putting on an amazing show called Avenue Q. Please welcome the cast of Avenue Q. Oh my! Well, it's an honour. So, how have you found Australia? What's it like?
Don't be like Ricky.
Wow. What's the matter with Australia?
Who's the knob in the little red jockey shorts?
We like budgie smugglers. That's what we call them.
You smuggle budgies?
I thought that was illegal.
It is illegal.
Imagine penis being pecked by things.
That would be bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not imagine penis being pecked by things for your own good. So you've heard of Tony Abbott then?
Yeah.
And what do you guys think of Tony Abbott?
Tiny Abbott.
Tiny Abbott. You're not fans?
No, not really.
He's not. He's okay.
Yeah.
What do you like the most about Tony?
Well, he's a good-looking guy.
Seriously?
Oh.
In a sort of no, not at all way.
I think Rod
I'll go that way.
Yeah, in a vaguely reptilian way. Like he's got that kind of habit of licking his lips like he's just consumed a fly.
Or he's about to eat you or something.
Yeah.
Or an onion.
Yeah. And he goes around to the budgie smugglers as well. Yeah. And then he complains about being confronted by homosexuals and Muslims. And you're like, dude, we can see your balls right now. We can actually. Anyway, I've spent a lot of time looking at his balls.
Same.
And have you found Australia in general, Prime Minister aside? Have you enjoyed? Because obviously you guys are based in New York, is that right? You're from New York?
Yeah,
originally?
we're from New York.
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, New York. And so what's the transition been like coming to, is the coffee better here?
Coffee's so much better. Oh my God! It's not like swill where you inject it into your eyeball.
Yeah. Like we've actually got the proper little Macs and the long Macs and other things. Macs, little.
You drink little computers?
No.
Well, you know what they say. Once you go long black, you never go back.
So you guys obviously, well, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you do look different to normal. Well, you're kind of furry.
I'm sorry. You being racist?
No.
Because monsters are people too.
We are definitely people.
And people of fur have a right to do all the things that people with skin have.
Exactly.
Correct.
And so when you guys arrived, though, did you have to go through customs? Were you at Manus Island?
I volunteered for cavity search.
Yeah, and what didn't they find? I should ask.
That is pretty much the question.
Yeah, that is the question. What didn't they find?
No,
I think the
Manus
3
Island
kilos
was
of hash.
Yeah.
You enjoyed Manus?
It wasn't bad, apart from all of the lips being sewn closed. That was a little bit scary.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
It makes it hard.
It does. It ruins the atmosphere.
It ruins the vibe a little bit, doesn't it?
And it's hard to ask for a pina colada from someone who has lips sewn shut.
Exactly.
And so in Australia in general, do you find are Australians racist? Because this is kind of the big questions, like when people come I think I'm getting a double thumbs up from back there, or I might have just discriminated against you.
Are racist!
Yeah! Wow, you guys seem pumped up about that.
They're pumped about everything.
Oh, are you just generally
They're
all the
bad
time?
idea bears.
Oh.
So everything that's bad is a good idea to them.
Yeah.
So you guys love racism?
Yeah, well, everyone's a little bit racist.
Are they?
Yeah.
So
depends on your definition, I think.
How do you mean? So
are you generalizing or are you being racist?
Whoa, I don't know. Like, I guess so earlier in the show, you guys would have, seen, obviously, we're launching a party, the Pie Crust Party, and there was a concern that people of Asian descent would know what pie crusts are. So I don't know do you guys know what pie crusts are? You
like
seem
American pie, where you get the pie and you heat it up.
No.
No.
Not that one.
Got it.
So do you? I mean, some of you are of colours, of multi-colours, in fact.
Yes.
Do you all know what pie crusts are?
No.
Oh. Okay,
no, not really.
It sounds fun.
Explain it to us.
It does sound fun.
Well, pie crust is literally the crust
around the pie.
Is it sugary?
Confronting, yeah.
Is this going to impact
I'm used
on
to crust around other things, not pies.
Well, I don't think this factors into it because, people from the US, they can't vote in Australian elections.
Oh.
So,
That's a good point.
Do you guys feel
their opinion is
But we'd
invalid.
be quite happy to join your
Excuse
party
me, we're
and hand out
American.
flyers.
Our opinion is very valid.
Do the Americans set our foreign policy, though? Am I correct in thinking that?
What's
we
foreign
will
policy?
do once you sign that treaty thingy.
the treaty thingy? I think you probably do contribute greatly, but it'd be good if you got on board with the party, I've got to say. We've got a lot of exciting policies.
We'd love to.
Oh, see.
Do we get free pie?
Yeah, party! Woo! I am now. In fact, I think we've got a campaign song here, don't we, Micah? You've been working on
I've
this
just
a little
worked on
bit.
this during the show.
So this will be.
Let's hear it.
Okay, are you ready? I want to get you guys' reactions. I know you're very musical, so it'd be good to.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll this. Get ready to vote, Australia.
Excellent. Oh, it is catchy.
It's got an intro.
It's very catchy.
It makes me want to dance.
Toby.
What are they saying?
I believe they're saying Toby.
It sounds like a child that's a spirit talking to you, trying to kill people.
My ears are bleeding.
Red rum, red rum.
Hey, cool. That might be enough of that. That's,
Stop. If that doesn't inspire, I don't know what will.
You guys think it's good?
No.
Well,
I wouldn't go that far.
No.
Yeah. We're better.
You're better.
We've got a better song.
So what would you?
Right.
Would you?
What?
Could you do a campaign song for me, possibly?
Well, it depends on how you feel about various things. I mean, campaigns have to be about policies, don't they? About issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What election you watch?
Well, I mean, we could teach people about new things, about interesting and different things.
True.
Yeah.
Like what kinds of things?
Well, there's always the internet.
Oh, yes, we could teach them about internet.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually all we've got time for, apart from our fabulous performance from Avenue Q. If you'll please put your hands together for our other fabulous guests, Micah Higbed, Liam Ryan, Waleed Ali, Rod Quantock, and the magnificent Nazeem Hussain. I've been Toby Halligan. Please support the Pie Crust Party and get on board. We're going to transform Australia. And now it's over to the fabulous Avenue Q.
The internet is really, really great.
For porn.
I've got a fast connection so I don't have to wait.
For porn.
There's always some new site.
For porn.
I browse all day and night.
For porn.
It's like I'm surfing at the speed of light.
For porn.
Tricky!
The internet is for porn.
Tricky!
The internet is for porn.
What are you doing?
Why you think the net was born? Porn, porn, porn.
Tricky monster.
Yeah.
Get up here.
Okay.
You are ruining my song.
Me sorry, me no mean to.
Well, if you wouldn't mind being quiet for a minute so I can finish.
Okie dokie.
Good. I'm glad we have this new technology. Which brings us untold opportunity.
Sorry.
Right from your own desktop. You can research, browse, and shop until you've had enough and you're ready to stop. Tricky!
Internet is for porn.
Tricky!
Internet is for porn. Me up all night honking me horn to porn. Porn.
That's gross! Tricky monster, you're a pervert!
Sticks and stones, kid monster.
No, really, you're a pervert. Normal people don't sit at home and watch porn on the internet. Right?
Oh? You have no idea. He's doing it right now.
What? Hey!
Basti Banyards? Ready, normal people?
Ready!
The internet is for porn.
So
all these guys unzip their flies for porn.
Okay, listen, the internet is not for porn, okay?
Porn!
Now, hang on a second! Listen, I happen to know for a fact that, Rod, you check your portfolio and trade stocks online.
That's correct.
Yes. And Brian, you buy things on Amazon.com.
Sure.
And Princeton, you sent me that sweet online birthday card.
True.
But kid, what you think he do? After?
Twice.
Ah! Ew!
Yeah, he did.
The internet is for porn. The internet is for porn.
I hate porn.
Grab your dick and double click for porn. Porn.
I hate men.
Porn.
Internet is for porn.
Yeah.
Raise the roof.
Ouch!
Fast.
Ouch!
Bye, guys.
So what are you doing after?
Well, do you like onions?